playoffs. So here we go. The Rockets, the Warriors, and we expect a war.
There is going to be a ton of cross matchups tonight and throughout this series.
The Rockets offense has a rating of number 13 with Green going to Şengün. And underneath, Thompson could not slam it, and there's a whistle and a foul.
The team takes on the identity and personality of its head coach, and this team is in every way Ime Udoka. Tough, gritty, gets after you defensively.
Şengün goes steamroll.
Scoreless here, the first minute in. James Capers, Ben Taylor, and Gediminas Petraitis blowing the whistles with a lot of pressure on them as Ben Thompson opens the scoring.
So Jimmy Butler's on him, and he's kind of sagging off. And then Thompson's willing to eat up that real estate and get to that mid-range jumper. He's so important for them on both ends of the floor.
Butler on Thompson, an elite young defender. Moody on the counter. And Thompson took a dive. And Butler three is long and strong. And Jalen Green headed the other way.
You're going to need the spacing in this game. Knock down some threes because they're going to try to clog up the paint as much as possible.
Şengün
Watch your head there. They got Draymond to commit on that ball screen. Jalen Green, he's a threat. He had to slide over to set him up to get punched on.
Moody. Those are the threes for younger guys. Are they able to ring the register? Van Vliet from deep. Van Vliet won a title in Toronto against the Warriors. And Houston off to a nice beginning.
The sound levels are off the charts here early, and the Rockets have given them a lot to cheer about. This is the start they would have wanted.
Butler on Dylan Brooks. Shot clock at 5. Podziemski launching at 3. And Brandon hitting from deep. And the Warriors are on the board.
You need the role players to get in rhythm. The more those guys hit shots, the defense kind of loosens up for the stars, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler.
Dylan Brooks won against the Warriors in the playoffs when he was in Memphis. Van Vliet again, and Draymond the rebound. And Butler attacking early and laying it up and in. And get to Houston before they get into the set defense.
Yeah, you don't want to have to go up against that all night. Playoff Jimmy is activated. Throw it ahead. Let him get an easy one.
Şengün Draymond, that matchup's going to be monstrous as Brooks, the only better than league average three-point shooter the Rockets have on their roster. He's at 38%. Everyone else is sub 36%. Draymond three, and he missed everything. So the Warriors open 1 of 5 from distance.
And Draymond's not going to be afraid next time to show and go, especially if Van Vliet closes all the way out. He gets a block.
Jalen Green couldn't finish. Şengün, the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA.
And he's the best offensive rebounder on their team. And when Draymond Green commits to that and blocks that one, someone else has to get in there, crack back to make sure Şengün doesn't get the offensive rebound.
Şengün on Moody. That was the adjustment they used in the game at Chase Center that gave the Rockets the win. Butler on contact, didn't get it. Van Vliet does not turn it over. Şengün has not made a 3 against the Warriors all year.
He's 23% from there. I think Draymond is okay giving that up.
Podziemski little floater. Off back iron, so the Warriors are ice cold at 2 of 8.
But the roller has to be ready to score. They double team Steph. It's going to happen.
Jalen Green with the shot clock at 8. Using that quickness on Curry. Steph staying in front of him. And Green, you can't play him any better than that. Steph Curry was fantastic. Steph for 3. And just getting something off quick, you can just see how good the recovery is for the Rockets. Şengün, an easy one.
Draymond's just helping off of him, kind of showing on that strong side block, and he's okay with that push shot. You'll give up the 3 ball, but he's a little more comfortable the closer he gets to the rim.
So Şengün off to a nice beginning, 6 of the Rockets' 11. Another screen for Steph, another three. Right now, the Warriors are 1 of 7 from distance.
You try to involve Şengün. He's in drop coverage with that split action. That's pretty good space for Steph.
And Thompson setting up Şengün again.
That same shot, that same push little floater in there.
There's only 4 guys in the league that average 19, 10, and 4.
Just got to be.
Şengün was one of them.
Just got to be careful not to let this game get away from you. Şengün knocks that one.
They call them Ben Thompson and Tari Eason the Terror Twins. And they play defensively and get on the glass with energy that is rarely seen. GP2 long and strong. And so the Warriors, offensively, yes, some Houston defense, but they're also missing shots that they're going to have to hit at some point. Şengün, he's got Steph on a switch. He'll shoot over him, and Curry with the rebound.
And Steph held his ground, man. He's been in the weight room, pumping some iron. Hold him up.
GP2 the roller, and there you go. Little tic-tac-toe for Butler to lay it up and in.
It starts with Steph's double teams. He's going to take 2 of them, get off the ball. You love GP2 working with Steph. He's so good rolling, finishing, or making the right decision like he did there. And Jimmy Butler get him another easy one.
And Curry with the foul. You can see early
Cannot, he found a gap, got through it, and then you see the whole defense kind of shifted up. That left Jimmy Butler open on the baseline.
Steven Adams, 67 playoff games. And he checks in with Quentin Post. And Eason missing that 3.
You know, Eason's another energy guy. He loves the fast break points, too.
GP2, Adams not going to come out to him. And again, you're going to get these threes. Can you knock them down? And Gary answers the bell.
See what they're doing to Steph there, and that's why Steven Adams was off GP2. He was so worried about Steph.
Every switch are involving Curry to wear him out defensively right now. Van Vliet with the shot clock at 7. They double Van Vliet. Adams the roller. He went to send it down. And the Warriors unable to grab the rebound as Tari Eason. You mentioned his energy on the glass. Second chance points. This is the category we're going to keep an eye on.
That's 4 of them now.
And Van Vliet a near steal. Van Vliet getting on the deck. GP2 going to tie him up. Quentin Post. So weathering all this energy for the Rockets early. Houston up 5. Curry turns the corner. And Steph putting it up and in.
And you got to switch, and he just kind of ran through Dylan Brooks trying to switch onto him. Just wasn't ready to defend because Steph, he knew if he just went quick, he'd have an angle to the basket, then teardrop him.
Van Vliet, Tari Eason, Jalen Green, Steven Adams, and Dylan Brooks. Steven, 1-4 set with Jalen Green attacking. Uses that lightning quickness to put it up and in.